good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another forecast. And believe it or not, guys, we are looking at an active November for the tropics ahead of us. And you're probably saying, oh, yeah, there's 30 days, or actually less than 30 days, around 21 days left of the season. But it looks like this 2020 season that's been absolutely historic could actually go all the way up into December. But we're not focusing on December. We're focusing on November because it seems as if it's going to get extremely active in the last few weeks that it has before November 30th, before the official end of the season. And I say this because obviously we have Ada right now, and then we have two new disturbances, and one's at an 80% chance, and then one new disturbance that just came in today is already at a 50% chance for the next 5 days, and models have been really, I guess you could say, on it. Really, they have been very consistent with showing a storm as well in the Western Caribbean, and then obviously as well probably even theta out in the Northern Atlantic. So it's very really I guess intriguing to look at the possibility for we can see two more or 2 to 3 more named storms this month. And I believe the record for the most November storms is 4. So is there a chance we could tie, if not beat that? That's exactly what we're going to be looking at throughout this video. We're going to be looking at Ada, we're going to be looking at the Imvest 97L, and soon to be Imvest 98L. But hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you're new, hit the like button and the post notification icon. Both that for let's get in the video. So here's a look at the next, oops, I did not mean to look that, I looked that. So here looking at the National Hurricane Center, and as you can tell, there we got 2 disturbances, and then obviously 8 right there. So this is the new disturbance that just came in today, and this is the one I've been talking, not necessarily talking about on YouTube, but I've been talking in my group chat on Google Hangouts for the past 4 or 5 days, how the models have been very consistent. GFS, CMC, and ICON have been very consistent in showing another Western Caribbean storm. Obviously, they just got devastating Hurricane Ada, which is right here now. And Ada's not even dead yet. It's still out there being named, and there's a chance for another storm to hit the Western Caribbean. It's very unfortunate, but that's exactly what I've been looking at for the past few days and talking to my friends about. And there it is. Next thing you know, because of disturbance in the National Hurricane Center, and it's already a 50% chance in the next 5 days. You don't just go from not even disturbance to now a 50% chance in the next 5 days, just like that. So it's definitely showing there's a lot of possibilities, and it's a very good chance this could very well form in the next 5 days there. A tropical depression could form late this week. That's what the National Hurricane Center has, as this is a very slow-moving westward system. And then we have disturbance or Imvest 97L is now at an 80% chance for the next 5 days and a 70% chance for the next 48 hours. So we could have theta, or yeah, theta very soon here, but it's going to be heading for really nowhere. It's going to actually probably die before it even gets near Europe. So could maybe see some really rainy impacts and maybe windy impacts for areas like Spain and Portugal, maybe the UK, United Kingdom, but it's going to be not going to be a big threat for a hurricane or tropical landfall as of what we know right now. But I mean, it's not something you see much in November whatsoever. It kind of looks like a September, October look. I mean, obviously you don't see Greeks as well. I mean, if we get a theta, I believe, as well, this next name storm here, that'll be 9 name storms deep in the Greek alphabet. I mean, that's just crazy. Obviously, that's obviously way more advanced than the 2005 season, but I mean, this is just crazy. So guys, here's now a look at the SSTs right here. So yeah, here's looking at the SSTs. As you can tell, we are seeing over on the Northern Atlantic average to above average temperatures right now. That's thanks to the very strong La Nina we have right now and continues to strengthen. But obviously, Ada, it's going to continue to weaken throughout the Gulf of Mexico here. And we're going to be talking about it very soon here after this, actually. It's going to go through slightly above average temperatures around a little over under a degree Celsius below average, but there's going to be some below average temperatures right there in Central Gulf and a huge western shift that's gone towards probably even, maybe not even hitting Florida at this point. It could very well now head all the way up to Alabama or Mississippi. Very surprisingly, obviously it was supposed to head straight for just north of Tampa Bay or even portions of Big Bend, but a lot of models are sitting it all the way over here I mean, that's very shocking, but the National Hurricane Center had it for Florida still, but very interesting. But if that does happen towards a huge western shift there are some cooler waters there, so it really wouldn't be a hurricane. Actually, it would probably weaken to a tropical depression before even hitting land next. So after it made landfall in Florida last night, it's probably not going to be at a tropical storm status or anything for its next victim or its next area of the land it's going to be heading towards, whether it is Florida or Alabama or any portion of the Gulf Coast. I mean, there's still a ton of uncertainty right now for Eta, but obviously Theta as well. I believe it's right there where we have the X, and it has the whole area right here for where it can go. As you see, it's got pretty above average temperatures where it is right now. Again, it has a 70% chance for the next 48 hours, so it's probably going to be going to form over those warmer waters there around a degree or two above average in Celsius. And then once it probably already formed, it's going to be heading through some slightly cooler to around average temperatures. And obviously, a chance for another Western Caribbean storm. Obviously, that's where you kind of see the most November storms. The most November storms kind of occur, obviously, in the Caribbean. Out of the Caribbean, it's going to really occur in this general area when the most November storms occur. And obviously, you saw Eta already kind of take that similar track. But then you got this potential other storm right here. I believe this storm's right there. It's going to go through some slightly above average temperatures. You don't really see below average temperatures at all in this general area in the Western Caribbean. You don't see anything except a small little blue dot, but that won't do anything. So this whole Western Caribbean right here, you don't see a single area that's below average temperatures. So that means it's probably slightly above average temperatures. So it's probably around 28 to 30 degrees Celsius. That's kind of the rough guess out of that general area that I just kind of highlighted. And that's obviously going to be very favorable for a storm like Eta. Not necessarily Category 4 strength, but a hurricane. There's a chance that a hurricane could very well form with a disturbance there. But I see Eta's continuing to go southward. And it's all the way over here, guys. I mean, that is, like, we still don't know where it's going to go. I mean, it literally made landfall right here. And that's going all the way down here. Like, it's basically where it came from. It obviously, it went like, or it didn't go like that, but it obviously went like this. It's basically literally going a whole loop right back. I mean, that is just a weird track. This storm has had a weird track from the beginning, but look at this. It's literally still going southward, and it's going due southwest. I mean, is it ever actually going to turn north? And if it does, will that actually support that western shift? Because, I mean, it's going to have to, like, go all the way like that to hit Tampa Bay at this point. It's going to have to go literally like a U-turn like that to hit the Florida Panhandle. So if it does go like that, that means there's a possibility actually Alabama or Mississippi can actually happen. That's obviously, no one saw it coming. But even if it does head there, there wouldn't be any panic or anything because it would be very weak, if not even tropical depression. Obviously, the National Hurricane Center should come out like due north turn after what it's doing right now. And that is kind of just really weird. I mean, if it does that, I mean, this is probably the weirdest track I've ever seen ever since Ivan in 2004. But I mean, look at this right here. I mean, what they learned the National Hurricane. Alright, they have it going south, and they go a direct U-turn and going due north. I mean, they literally have it going straight up north, not northwest, not northeast, not northwest. They literally have it going like that. I mean, that is literally a U-turn. And I just, I don't see that happening. I really do. I see that it's a chance for this to happen. That's a bit better. Kind of like a J. You're trying to kind of create a J, but they literally have it going south in the next few hours, and then boom. And then boom, heading straight for areas of the Panhandle. But it'll be extremely weak. I mean, very weak. I mean, look, it's going to really weaken up to a tropical depression by Saturday. And you see now a lot of the cone has really shifted a lot. Now Tampa Bay's in the edge of the cone. They were expecting a direct, not necessarily direct landfall for Tampa Bay, but extreme impacts. But now Georgia's getting included in that southwestern Georgia getting included in the cone. Look, now Louisiana is in the cone. You didn't expect that at all, did you? I mean, if I were to say Louisiana would be in the cone for Eta, you probably wouldn't believe me. Look, now Mississippi, Alabama are in the cone. So since Louisiana and Mississippi are very greedy, they always want to be in the cone, don't they? But yeah, we still have troughs from Washington for Western Cuba. That'll probably really go away very soon as the winds field is really minimizing this point. I believe it's actually check. I believe this is at only 50 miles an hour right now. But yeah, they expect it to become be a very weak tropical storm from now to Friday, and then become a tropical depression by Saturday. But I'm telling you, I do not agree with this track. I really don't. I don't think it's gonna go literally like that. I know it's been a very weak track, but I don't see it going like almost like a U. I don't see that. I think it's going to continue to go like that, and then slightly maybe like that. Maybe for Alabama or even Pensacola there. I mean, that's really weird to say Pensacola, but I mean, I just don't see that due north just like that. Let's see what the European has. So this is actually 10-meter wind gusts. They have it actually going really due north, but the thing is, then they have it going northwest, and they show it making landfall for Alabama and the Florida border, which, I mean, even that we didn't expect whatsoever. I mean, that is, God, I did not expect that to happen. I at least expected this area right here for a landfall, but I mean, literally days before that even happened, that switches all over here. I mean, that's a big difference across the whole state, if not even a different state. I mean, literally, the European has it going, I mean, kind of really that due north turn, and then it goes like that. It kind of turns to the northwest, kind of late like that, and then last minute it does that. So I mean, even the national or even the European has that. I mean, that's gonna still bring some strong wind gusts. I mean, look at that 34, 35 mile an hour wind gusts there, up to maybe 50 to 60 mile an hour wind gusts up there near northern Georgia and the Carolinas, or in the Carolina area because of the Appalachians rainfall. Again, it's going to bring the most amount of rainfall left out to sea, around just over a foot, but it's going to bring some significant rainfall for portions of the southeast. They're going to be seeing rain for the next 2-3 days straight, especially for me, Mississippi, up to around half foot of rain up near northern Georgia, portion of South Carolina, and southern North Carolina. Going to be seeing anywhere from 2 to 5 inches of rain, and they're going to get some really heavy rain for Alabama and Tennessee, up to around 4.5 to 5 inches of rain there. But now let's check out Imvest 97 out here. And this thing's really open, but of course it's an invest. You can kind of see that low pressure right there. You can kind of see a lot of the inflow right there. You're seeing a lot of inflow. That's why it's kind of a little open area with no convection, because that's where the inflow is coming in. And that's kind of see where that little gap right there, that low pressure is. But of course, low pressure can be very open. It's only an invest. Here, the track guidance here, like I did say, it's going to be heading probably for areas like Europe, but it's not going to make a landfall, but it's going to bring some impact there. So like you do see, this is just the track right here. I mean, there's not really much to explain there. And Tendy guys, they actually have it as a tropical storm right now. So this could actually be a tropical storm right now. This could be very well theta. I mean, the tropical tidbits has this as a tropical storm right now. Every single model here. So we will see if this goes from invest straight up to tropical storm, which has not happened too often there. And last but not least, we're going to be checking out the global models here. This is the CMC, so they have obviously, let's look at ADA first. They have ADA, let's see what ADA has. They have ADA doing what the National Hurricane Center does, except they actually take it to Alabama and Florida. Like I was saying, I think an actual, like a Sally landfall, where Sally made landfall kind of around the border of Alabama, Mississippi, or sorry, Alabama and Florida. I think that's actually very well likely. I mean, that's really weird to say. But let's now look at potentially theta. I mean, tropical tidbits already has it as a tropical storm. They have it now becoming at 999 millibars in the next 42 hours, and then 996, 993, 993 again, and then they have it just right in the coast of Portugal there. And then, of course, that very intriguing new disturbance there. They have it actually kind of going over, it's kind of really just south of Puerto Rico, scattered thunderstorms. They have it making landfall in the next 174 hours, which is next Monday, and exactly a week from now. So it's very far from now, but the confidence the National Hurricane Center has put a 50% chance already is really intriguing. They have it making landfall at 997 millibars, right where Ada made landfall. I mean, that's just very unfortunate. You do not want that. A Category 4 making landfall, and then basically around a week and a half later, you got another maybe not, obviously not as strong, but another system. GFS also kind of showing what the National Hurricane Center is showing, but look, they show as well the same thing. Well, they have it actually strengthening, shockingly, which it's not supposed to do, but then they have it kind of stalling right before heading for Florida. and then they have it making landfall in Louisiana. So now GFS has it going towards Louisiana. I mean, obviously very weak. Not as probably the tropical depression, but probably even post-tropical at that point. But still, I mean, that's not something we expected as well. GFS, the new 18Z, they have this soon to be theta going only to 997 millibars and then dying. And then you obviously had the GFS as well, even showing that Central America storm, but they actually are making landfall kind of towards Mexico and Yucatan. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and bye guys.